They're in the second place. Kings are in fourth place. So you can see the number one pick is in third place. You know, some of the number two picks are up there high, and then Crushy, who was, the first lockdown taken off the board, they're 9-3, followed by the Warriors and Mavs. So really, those top five teams all have hot rookies on their team.
So the teams have been competing all season. We're about to enter the tournament. What can we expect from the turn with all these teams?
We were in Vegas last year. We tried out archetype bans for the first time. So each team got to ban one of the archetypes in the league. We have upped the ante, so you can have multiple bans throughout a 3-game series. So you talk about 40 archetypes in the league. You could have possibly up to 6 archetype bans. So you talk about a player like Kenny got work. There's only really 2 or 3 meta archetypes at the point guard. Will, by the time you get to game 3, all those archetypes be over, and maybe you've eliminated someone who is averaging 30 points a game to just being a playmaker. So we should have some interesting play. And oh, by the way, there's
starting at small forward, 6 feet 4 inches, number 23, Royce O'Neal. Starting at point, 6 feet 1 inches, number 10, Michael Conley. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6 foot 8, number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic. Starting at the other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 45, Donovan Mitchell. At center, 7 feet 1 inch, number 27, Rudy Gobert. Ladies and gentlemen, your Utah Jazz.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, DA. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at Utah, advantage in 1 series. And, of course, the Rockets. They're just sitting 1 spot down, right on their heels.
Right now, for the Jazz, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
It's possible we haven't seen them at their best yet. They've shown they can play with any team in the league. Now they need to do it every night, not just some nights.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there at P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the 3. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bogdanovic, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Now here's Conley, fades. Bogdanovic passes to Gobert. Count the basket. Gobert's got the game going here with the first basket for Utah. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just want a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Westbrook against Conley. Westbrook clouds in, and the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russell's career.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
And Harden with the stop.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Conley with it. Now Covington defending. Bogdanovich, no luck. And it's Houston's ball. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Harden, and the shot goes down.
Harden's strength is part of what makes him special. Able to score through all kinds of contact.
Mitchell kicks to Bogdanovich. Mitchell looking it over. Passes it to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Check now. The NBA's top rebounders. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence. And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
To the paint, here's Covington. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
They've come out for lockers and his eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Utah. They trail by 1. There's the double team with Westbrook.
Good D, buddy.
Jazz can't hang on to the ball. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Joe Ingles is checked in for O'Neal. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Clarkson against Harden. Baseline three on the way. And an air ball on that one. Way off.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full with them now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
Donovich wide open. The Jazz again can hit it. Houston in the lead. Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. Harden scanning the floor. 5 on the clock. There's 3 pointers off the mark. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
The team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they do what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Harden's got 7.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Conley. The shot, no good. And Houston the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Jazz trail by 6 to end the run. Bogdanovich left side. Another miss by Utah. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Harden the pass to Gordon. And Tucker kicks to Westbrook. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's 11 points for James Harden.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And that one good from Clarkson.
One of the things Clarkson does best is converting off the dribble drive.
Stolen by Clarkson. And now running up the court, Ingles pushing up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Jazz shooting their first free throws here tonight. And he makes the first. And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The pass to McLemore. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
So it's the Rockets now, leading by 5. Rivers with it. They kick it out to Green. Buries it from 3-point range.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 8 and will return shortly. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of, laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship.
And as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, Greg, you should be talking about, winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And hope you you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams. But they did it very well.
They've got O'Neal, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Mitchell. Then it's Joe Ingles, and it's Davis at center. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Inside, it's stolen by Green. O'Neal against Harden. He dishes it to Green. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fire. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your opinion?
It kind of depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. And Davis sends it back. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Daniel House is checked in for the Rockets. And it's Mudiay with the ball. He brings it up for Utah. 8-point game. He kicks to Davis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at. Only missing the title to cement his legacy.
And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
The try by Mitchell. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Davis.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
And Green now, top of the key. To the middle. Here's Carroll. Outside Gordon. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. And the shot goes in. Carroll's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
O'Neal dishes to Davis. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Ingles, he doesn't hit that one. The Rockets go the other way with it. Unloads from 9. Second chance effort. That one's not going to go. Great tee that time from Green. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I love PJ Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner 3.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Royce O'Neal. And Mike Conley subbed in for Mudiay. Robert Covington's checked in for Houston. Rivers comes in for McLemore. And here's Conley outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Bojan Bogdanovic. He's averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
Former first-team All-Rookie after being picked in the second round. Clarkson, a draft day steal.
And that one misses. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's good, 2 points. Clarkson's got 5 now.
This is why you like the size in the backcourt, if you can get it. I mean, Clarkson able to take the hit and complete the play.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA clear feet to the extremes with how they approach offense.
So yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching the team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
Mitchell against Westbrook. Pass to Bogdanovic. Kicks it to Gobert. Slam dunk by Gobert.
Just punch the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Covington. Tries from 16. Another miss by Houston. Jazz trail by 8.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yes, yeah, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possession.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Jazz shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first free throw is good. Houston making 2 changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Mbah a Moute comes in for Robert Covington.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Conley, the pass to Clarkson. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bogdanovic finds Gobert. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Mbah a Moute.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And so he hits both. Here's Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
And the layup is good. Westbrook's got 8 points in the quarter.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. He's high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And so it's Houston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a cruise. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and that.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Rockets leading by 8. Timeout called, the Rockets. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
I was born on Mars. Everybody's telling too hard. They didn't really think I was a star. Then I round through the odds. How did I get right here? That wrist on showing you. Maybe when I drop some tears. Thank God that I switched gears. From another light year, I'm a marshal. From the third of a human just partial. I'm the sergeant, the captain, the marshal. Too fast, everything is slow motion. I keep the cash and I'm gonna keep closer.
Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. Fifth best, the Rockets.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. He's really stood out for them over the past month, averaging about 23 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create fun.
We've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. Westbrook against Conley. Kicks it out to Harden. Here is House. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 6 to shoot.
And I love the activity level of Bogdanovich on the defensive end, using that height and length there to just crowd shooting. All the officials are all over that one.
For Utah, they have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Rockets leading by 7. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Wing Harden, covered by Mitchell to the right side. House, the pass to Covington. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Bogdanovich. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. He was all alone on that one. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
I love the awareness. Conley is adept at reading the defense and realizing when his guys are going to come.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Gordon check in for Danuel House.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in field goal percentage, 4th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and not playing with much intensity.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Goudier is checked in. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Gobert double-teamed. Shot clock at 6. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Rockets now. Houston leading by 4. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Davis comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Joe Ingles in for Mitchell. Passes it to Gordon. Outside Westbrook takes a 3. Doesn't go that time. Now the Jazz take it the other way.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Bogdanovich looking around. Back to Ingles. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Moutier. Target with his 3. For Houston, they've gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. And stolen by Bogdanovich. He makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Hey, you got to appreciate the determination that Bogdanovich showed there. When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to finish at the basket.
O'Neal against Harden to stop the drought. And the layup is good. Harden's got 15 points.
And they finally get one to go. I mean, just in time. And 0 for 4 start to the second half can really make the team tighten up.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. Houston with a big group substitution here. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Scoring by Gordon. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Rivers kicks to Gordon. There's the pass to McLemore. Here's Carroll. No good that time. Great D that time from Davis. Ingles dishes to Clarkson. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And it's in there. Now a timeout called by Houston. Good shot selection, largely dependent on getting open. Which players do the best job of moving, do you think, right now without the ball?
Terry, Klay Thompson, 60 points, 11 dribbles. Did you hear me? 60 points, shocking. 11 dribbles.
It almost looks like a misprint, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Houston. For Houston, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Rivers passes to Chandler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Bogdanovich dishes to Davis. From 7, back to Bogdanovich. The Jazz working the ball around now. Just 3 to shoot. Conley inside the line. That misses off the backboard.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
When he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
He's a top-tier shooter. Gordon, he's a former 6th Man of the Year winner who plays his role to perfection.
Conley against Rivers. Here's Davis. Out to Conley. Over Chandler. They get it back. Davis. They shoot again. Outside Conley. Jazz working now with the fresh shot clock. Now, here's Clarkson, guarded by McLemore. Back to Clarkson. Nice hit again. Hits the jumper for 2. Clarkson's got his third basket of the night right there.
Such a composed young player. Clarkson didn't overrush his move, even with the clock ticking down.
Here's Rivers. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Clarkson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They tailored their offense around him, and let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Bogdanovic. And a switch here also for Houston. House is checked in. That one goes. Count it. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Oh, what a gorgeous looking floater from McLemore. He certainly has the shot in his arsenal.
Clarkson against Gordon. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. The Jazz have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Mitchell outside. Clarkson taking his time here. Got it off in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Rockets ahead. They're up by 1. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Clarkson is out there with Mitchell, and it's O'Neal in for 3, the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Outside Westbrook. Block. That one goes careening off the glass. And they go to the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Mitchell wide open. Rockets with the rebound. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Harden with the drive over Ingles. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, sometimes it just looks unfair with the way Harden can create space. And then Chris would get that shot.
His step-back jumper is a thing of beauty. I'm not talking about his almost travel double step-back, just his regular one. I mean, he has so many tools to create space with his footwork, and he makes the most out of what you give him.
Here's Mitchell. That's tipped.
Well, we know defense is Tucker's calling card. He will pester you, aggravate you, get up in your jersey, make you think twice about trying to shoot over him. Not his best day from the 3-point range. I mean, just one in the first half, and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Here's Clarkson. Offensive rebound. And another shot. And Gobert with the lay-in. And the Jazz lead by 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's Harden with the drive. The Rockets again can't hit.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
For Houston, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. 4-3, Covington. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And that one, good. Clarkson's got the lead up to 4 now for Utah.
I love his shot selection. He set the bar for the rest of the team. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
O'Neal against Harden. Just 4 to shoot. Covington kicks to Harden. A 3 ball. He's got 20 points.
Yeah, now 1 of 4 here in the fourth quarter.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Clarkson passes to Ingles, and it's good for 2. Rockets trail by 3. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. From deep, Harden. Another miss by Harden.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bridge if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And the first one drops. A different look for Utah. Bogdanovich is checked in for O'Neal, and it's Mike Conley in for Clarkson. The Rockets also changing it up. Tyson Chandler is checked in for P.J. Tucker, and Eric Gordon subbed in for Daniel House. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now Conley. Mitchell right side. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Another miss by Utah.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
It's stolen by Ingles. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Harden dishes to Covington. That shot off the mark. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz passing it around to the inside. And Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
The Jazz making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in. 1:49 left in the fourth. Gordon against O'Neal. Gordon the pass to Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Over O'Neal. And too long on the shot. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
It's to Gobert. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Harden. And it's Mitchell missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
You know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around. There's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions.
Here's Gobert. To get over his Bogdanovich. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got the lead up to 7 now for Utah.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
A little room for error now. We'll see what they run.
And Kevin, when the game is up in the air, Harden delivers. Easy to understand why he is seen as one of the best players in the league.
Pass to O'Neal. Gobert down low. He's guarded by Chandler. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. P.J. Tucker, who's checked in for the Rockets.
Can't waste any time here.
You're right. They desperately need a bucket in every second now.
Kept alive. Covington kicks to Gordon. Passes it to Harden. Second chance shot.
This is Harden's specialty. He's a wizard at getting contact, finding a way to finish.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Free throw drops for Harden. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
So it's the Jazz now. The lead is 2, and so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Those are big. I mean, it turns into a two-possession game.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
Down low, Covington. Money! And he has them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
This free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
You gotta just have a sense of he has it here. And he just put the game to bed.
For 3, Gordon. And what a sensational bucket to pull them within 1.
Gordon loves it. Game's on the line. It's really when he comes alive.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Harden.
Let's go! Let's go!
Just cooking, you gotta feed him, you gotta keep feeding. He's an excellent rhythm scorer.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout.
How many games? Tampak bos.
To win the game. Regulation now
complete.
Go to overtime. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. You're watching.
Fans, get on your feet.
And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Shout out kay Jelu. I love you. I love you so much.
And the Jazz start out with the ball. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Clarkson. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. Here's Gobert. Outside Bogdanovich. The dish to Conley. Pocket 6. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Bogdanovich passes to Gobert. He kicks to Conley. And there's the pass to Clarkson. It doesn't go for him. And Houston the other way. Left side Westbrook. Harden against Bogdanovich to take the lead. Here's Chandler. And
Perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right.
Yeah, at this stage, that's just what you need to do. You got to get those high percentage.
That's foul number 2 for him. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Now, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Mitchell against Harden. Over Mitchell. By 2. Outside Conley. They double team Conley. To Gobert. Chandler with
Good D, Chandler!
and so the ball out of
Good D,
bounds.
Chandler!
Gobert touched it last.
Challenge goal!
The Rockets shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Harden against Mitchell. It's Harden with the drive. Can't cash in from close range. Here's O'Neal. The feed now to Bogdanovich. This is the corner. Back to Bogdanovich. Takes it to Gobert. 4 on the clock. This one for 3. Another miss by Utah.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Harden against Mitchell. On deep. Harden's shot is off. And now here comes Conley leading the break. And this crowd ecstatic. They are pumped up.
What a huge shot. You talk about an excited arena.
Time out, pare! Nakita ko yung pare.
PJ Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. Samuel House comes in for Gordon.
Matigal lang, boss.
6 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. Now here's Conley. Mitchell outside. To take the lead. Misses the try.
Harden showing great strides of improvement on D. Really doing his best to bother shooters.
And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. And here are the Rockets now. And here's Westbrook. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. The Jazz shooting 43% for the game. The drive by Mitchell. 11 feet away. Bogdanovich, no luck. Rockets shooting 43% for the game. Mitchell against Harden. Feeds to Covington. Releases from 15. No good off the back of the rim.
Things can turn around in a hurry. I mean, can't they? Last quarter, he was lights out. All of a sudden, nothing's dropped. I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being in the lead.
Gobert with the block. Here's O'Neal. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Jazz lead by 3.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Harden outside. The Rockets with another miss.
Missed that one, but I've seen real shots.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly.
Takes it off the glass. Harden's got 31 points.
But when Harden sees a clear lane to the hoop, just move out the way. He jumps on it. So relentless in how he exploits open space.
To Gobert. Back to Conley. And we have an intentional foul.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Rockets. Mitchell against Harden. Pass to O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Gobert can't hit. Rockets trail by 3. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. finds Westbrook. Nice move. And the layup's good off the glass. It's now only a 1-point Jazz lead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Conley scanning the floor. Here's Mitchell. Up again.
23 rebounds.
He's got a nose for the rebound.
He's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Mitchell. Harden kicks to Covington. All alone. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Bogdanovich passes to Conley. Here's over Covington. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. From outside the arc.
Outside.
And it's on a bounce. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Here's Bogdanovich.
Harden, mag-isa! Side step, napalpal! Napalpal tayo!
But they recover. Timeout called. The Rockets. They're down by 1. 5 seconds left in the second overtime period, and here we are. What's your take, guys?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Uy, yun lang kung saan gagawin na nagawang tamo, player. Kasi coach pumapasok na sa court. Ayaw mo gawin.
Here's Chandler. The double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we were focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.